In part one of this video, I'm going to show you how to set up your plate and put in the text. And then in part two of the video, I will show you how to add toolpaths and simulate and then output your video. Taking a look here, the red box here is the size of my plate, which is the board you will put in the router. I've added some guidelines here because we'll need to clamp this in. We cannot run the router bit all the way to the edge on our part. So we're going to add some half-inch guidelines and then we'll put some text in the center there. To get started, you'll go to New File and then you're going to put your size in. So we're going to start with something 16 inches wide by 5 inches tall, 3/4 of an inch thick. We may need to modify that depending on the piece of text that you put in. So we'll hit OK on that. So I have my red plate. You can look up at the ruler and see that it's 16 by 5. If for some reason the ruler is not showing, you can go to the View menu and make sure it's checked in the top view. We're going to start by bringing in some guidelines. So right on the numbers of the ruler, you're going to hold your left mouse button in and you're going to drag that over. I'm lining that up with the 1/2 inch mark. I'm going to take that over and I'm going to line that up with 15.5 on the right. And then my top ruler, I'm also going to hold down left click on the number and I'm just going to drop that at 4.5 inches and down at 1/2 inch. So that leaves us room to clamp. We'll fit our text inside of here. So now it's ready to put some text in. So I'll go to the text tool and you can pick any font you want. There's a whole list of them. You can change it later. I'll show you that in just a minute. So let's say I want to end up with this font, but I picked another one. Right now the font height is 3.3. I'm just going to click here and I'm going to type in what I want to write. So in this case, sample, probably going to be your last name here, and we may need to modify the size of your document to actually fit your last name. I'm then going to go back through and I'm going to highlight that. So I'm going to hold my left mouse button and go across that. Here I can reset that font. So if I want to find the one I used before, and if I'm happy with that font, I might want to change the size. I can move that up or down. And then I'm just going to hit close. Now I'm not worried that this isn't centered yet. I'm going to click on it once with a left click. I can then move it roughly to the center and then we'll use another tool to kind of clean that up. Looking at this on my document, it looks pretty good. I might consider making my board slightly shorter. So right now my plate's 16. I'm going to redefine my plate. So I'm going to go up top here. And you may need to make yours longer or shorter depending on what word you put there or how long your last name is. So I'm going to redefine my plate as 15 inches and hit OK. Now notice it pulled that back from the right hand side. So I'm going to bring this guideline. I'm going to hold my left mouse button and I'm going to drop that guideline so now it's inside the document. So now I want to center this text. So I'm going to go to View and Activate Precision Input. And this is going to allow me to put this exactly where I want it. Now if I want to make it a little bit bigger, I can change that here. Because it's text, I would definitely keep it proportional. But if you wanted to say, let's make it exactly 12 inches wide, we could do that. Then I'm going to go over to Move and make sure it's right in the center. So by default, I think the bottom left corner is selected. You want to hit the middle. That's going to be the middle of your object. My document is now 15 inches long, so I want to put in 7.5. In the X direction, it's 5 inches tall, so 2.5 in the Y. So now we are perfectly centered. We're ready at this point to add some toolpaths, but it's important that you save this. So we're going to go ahead and hit save. You should be saving this in OneDrive. I have a folder in my materials for the nameplate video. I would put your name here just so that it shows up on the CNC router with your name. And I'll hit save and we'll pick up on video number 2.